I was here a few months ago, and you've helped me tremendously gain some clarity about becoming specific and still retaining my memory of reality. So where I am now is gaining a clarity between having things good and abundance. What I'm sensing is I have answers to everything I want. Everything I need, I'm getting. It's becoming comical, and it's been fun. But I'm wanting to expand it and have an obscene amount of money, have a house 4 times bigger than what I've got, a more luxurious car, and the one I've got is wonderful. And what I'm noticing is...
How do you feel about obscenity?
Wonderful. I've never had it, but I want it just for the pure fun of doing it.
Well, here's the thing that's a little tricky about that.
Okay.
When you want something that feels like that, it isn't the next logical step. And if it doesn't feel like the next logical step, then the balance of energy isn't close enough to allow it.
That's what I was wondering. Do I have to move a want into a need in order for it to manifest? Because everything I'm needing is coming quickly.
No, it isn't that you have to turn the want into a need. In fact, it is the opposite of that, because the need puts resistance in it. And the less needy you are, the less resistance there is. But it's about the balance between what I'm asking for and where I am. If I'm asking for something that's there and I'm there, then I have more of my adjustment that I have to make. But here's the thing that we find so interesting, and Esther finds so annoying.
Okay.
By the time you are up to speed with it, it feels so logical that it doesn't take your breath away. And Esther says, Abraham, I remember wanting things that took my breath away just thinking about them, but now I realize they were never in reach until they stopped taking my breath away. I have to be ready for it before it can happen. And so the best life that we can encourage is wanting and getting up to speed, and wanting and getting up to speed, and wanting and getting up to speed. And sometimes, because you like the drama of it, you want it. Oh, but the agony of not having it. And then you suffer. And at that point, oh, if you can just focus upon having it, it feels amazingly exciting and interesting. It's just not within your vibrational reach right now. But you also feel horrible in the not having of it. And so the drama of this broader stretch is quite dramatic. But then as you move yourself up the vibrational scale, and it feels less and less impossible and more possible, now it feels less and less exciting also, because the contrast is not so great. And when it starts to feel utterly logical, then it manifests. And Esther says, well, thanks a lot. Why couldn't you have given it to me when I really wanted it? And we say, you really weren't ready for it.
Okay, so where I am right now, I'm content with everything I have. So does that, and I have fun playing within my mind. It's like, well, why do I need it if I'm already having the fun with it?
Well, what's happening to you is we feel that is close to an ideal state of being, where you're satisfied with what is. Remember, we were talking to our friend about making peace. Satisfied with what is and eager for more. Eager for the possibilities. And that's what our friend said when he said, I am actually craving the contrast that is going to help me to identify the desires. That's exactly the framework from which he is speaking that, you see. I know I can achieve anything, and I know that when I'm ready for it, it will flow in. And now it's just a matter of figuring out what it is that I want, you see. And we're not discouraging you. We want you to have that obscene house. But don't do it to test yourself. And don't do it to validate your process to others who are questioning the process, because that scrambles your energy and gets you into all kinds of trouble. Instead, just want and allow, and want and allow, and want and allow, and want and allow. That's your eternal nature.
One of my concerns is I'm so content with what I have and I really enjoy and appreciate it. Am I recreating and looping where I am and not allowing
No,
more?
because you can't. Because
Okay.
because you can't stand still. And there's enough contrast in your experience to keep giving you new clarity about what you want.
Okay.
Jerry laughs at how many times he's heard Esther announce to him, this is the last computer process that I will be building or buying in a while. And Jerry just says, okay. Because he knows that she will only be content for a very tiny little while. Because technology is moving so quickly and there are so many different ways of doing things. And not only is it that there are improving ways of doing things, but it's that Esther keeps wanting new ways of doing things because she likes to keep thinking and expanding and discovering, you see. And so and Jerry keeps saying, please let us just stabilize a little while before we go flying off into the next great computer adventure. And so somewhere between the two of them there's a lovely balance. In other words, what's new and what's stable, and what's new and what's stable, and what's new and what's stable, and what's new and what's stable. I want this and all is well, and I want this and all is well, and I want this and all is well. But if I want this and I can't figure out how to get it, I'm out of balance. And if I'm bored, I'm out of balance. And if I've got too much coming faster than I can deal with it, I'm out of balance. If I'm asking for more than I can allow, my vibrations are scattered. If I am bored with what's coming, then I'm out of balance with that which I've become. A feeling of boredom is the feeling of not keeping up with your natural becoming. Uh-oh, we're on to something important here. Now, we've been saying all day today and yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. In other words, we've been talking really a lot about this, that your natural environment is producing the new desire that source is joining. And you are so fantastically moving forward. And when you feel something that feels like boredom or even contentment, it means that there is a slight disconnect between who you really have become and who you are allowing. There's usually some deliberate or indeliberate holding things back in order to not rock the boat. We think what we can feel with you is such a determination to live life deliberately that it doesn't feel to us that it's for lack of wanting that you feel out of balance. It feels more to us that you're not quite keeping up to speed with the wanting that is out there. And we think that's because, here it is, you're going to hear this easily.
Okay.
You're trying to get too specifically, deliberately involved in understanding all of the details of what you've already put over here in vibrational escrow. Remember, you contributed to it bit by bit by bit by bit, and it's a bright and shining and vivid picture. And you're saying to us, I don't think I've got a bright and shining vivid picture over there. I think I need to goose up my bright and shiny vivid picture. We say, oh no, it's bright and shiny and vivid. You just